Huge thank you to Sportsman's Guide for sponsoring today's video. Go check them out for all of your hunting and sporting needs.
I'm going to give you 47 reasons why Henry should make this little carbine. Actually, it won't quite be 47. I'm just a little too disorganized for that.
But I feel that I have blended just enough traditional with just enough contemporary that almost anybody can appreciate this thing. So much to the chagrin of the purple-haired cubicle dwellers at YouTube, let's take a really close look at this thing.
And boom, here it is. Boy, I love that color case hardening. Of course, this began life as a 20-inch. You can see we've kind of done some work right here on the nose of it. We'll go over that here in just a little bit. So with the fact that it was a 20-inch, I got the small loop, and I don't mind that. I may pursue trying to find a large loop later, but not right now. Of course, Henry gave us some pretty nice wood to begin with, some rather decent checkering. Feels nice to the hand. I've added a couple things here. You can see this quick takedown screw from Ranger Point Precision. Added that on there. I knew those brass touches would look nice. Of course, here is the clover leaf peep. That is from Ranger Point Precision as well. And now we've got a Ranger Point quick takedown screw right here for the stock. What is really cool about that is with no tools. Now understand, this is V1, version 1. This is just simply a prototype. We will make a full finish, really nice one. This was just to try it out, see what I think about it before we actually devote to making a full-on really nice. This thing is the mare's leg that needs to be, okay? From the end of our crown of our muzzle there to the end, we're 28 inches. So we are not an AOW or anything like that. And man, this thing is cool to fire from the hip. I freaking love it. All right, time for some shot comparisons. First, we're going to shoot this thing with full house loads unsuppressed. Now we're going to show a couple of shots with the brake with some full house loads. And now here is where the magic absolutely happens. And here it is with supersonics. And of course, here we go. Subsonics in the snow, suppressed. So freaking sweet, man. Golly bum, I freaking love it. Let's run you down range so you can hear this thing. Now out here on the muzzle end, this is where the magic happens. Went down to go see Mark at Anvil Gunsmithing. And Mark was an excellent host, had a ton of fun down there in his machine shop. What we wound up doing was we chopped it right at 3.5 inches off of the end of the barrel. We took that chunk and did what makes this thing just an all-around really cool piece. We took and made an octagonal thread protector so that when you take your can off of it, that octagonal thread protector lines up and all the flats line up, and it's really dang cool. Mark did an excellent job. When we chopped it off, we had to move the dovetail here back, we had to move the dovetail here back, and then we had to chop down our mag tube. We actually took this used to be the part that you would twist to take the tube out. Well, anyway, we actually drilled it out to make it just a little bit lighter. And if you notice, we don't have a detent here, and the loading gate's gone. You know, Henry's have that place right here where the brass shows through. it's gone. When we chopped this down, we made sure that it disappeared and then actually turned it around and put it under here. So we got rid of that. That's a pretty cool thing. So this is now inoperable. This bolt, by the time we come back, what we're going to do with this is we're going to countersink that just a little bit and put a nice little pan head in there. And what you see there will go away. And of course, we are going to work on this thing again. Got something really cool planned for this Comet muzzle brake. Now, you may think that Comet muzzle brake looks familiar. Well, that one right there is .880 a round. It's much larger than your normal Comet muzzle brake. Ranger Point made this as a one-off. Now, you see how this one's currently round? We're actually going to, when I go back to Mark's, we're going to machine flats in this brake and then clock it to where this brake actually lines up. It is going to be cool as heck. What is really cool about them making this is on your normal for sale Comet brakes, that Comet, that's the reason they call it a Comet. You see the Comet and the tail, just like it was flying through space. The normal Comet goes this way. Ours goes the opposite way. It's a freaking one-off piece. Man, they did a magnificent job with it. They knew we were going to chop this thing up. Like literally, we're going to go ahead and mill this thing. And they sent this to me as a freaking just consumer grade, beautiful piece. I freaking love what they do. And then this right here is the cool piece that makes everything happen. We can have old school and new school all at once. This right here came from the barrel that we chopped off. Basically what we did was centerboard it. When we centerboard it, we tapped it for 5/8 24. That way, when this thing threads down on the barrel, the flats line up. It gives best of both worlds. You get old school and new school, and this thing makes all that happen. This right here was really cool. Mark and I, we were sitting there threading it down, and as soon as this thing came off the mill, we threaded it down on the barrel, and first try, we were expecting to have to shave some off of it to get it to clock. First try, that thing clocked right. He and I, we just looked at each other and like, well, let's blue it. And of course, out here on the end, I am using a Silent Chaco, just a 5/8 24 fixed mount. I have one that steps off the shoulder a bit. This one right here looks a lot more tidy just by being a 90 degree. So my Silent Chaco Octane 45 is hanging out here with it, just like I said, a fixed mount. No piston, nothing like that. You don't want anything. You don't want any movement, because if you get a baffle strike, that's exactly the way you do it, is running one of these with a piston. But boy, I freaking love this thing shooting suppressed. And now with this cloverleaf peep sight, I am using the factory front sight. And if you will notice right here, you see how that looks right over the top of that can? I can actually see what I am trying to hit. The can doesn't get in the way. The way that I've got this thing sighted in is I lollipop the front sight. My bullet's going to impact at 50 yards. It's going to impact just above the front sight. Just freaking perfect for a suppressor host. I'm not giving up anything. But huge thanks to Mark from Anvil Gunsmithing. The time in his shop was well spent. We got in there, we kicked some tail, we got this thing freaking done. Mark is an absolute hoss when it comes to working on guns. He applied himself and did not back down. We had quite a bit of fun. We worked all day. It just didn't even feel like we worked all day, but we worked all day, went and knocked off, had a couple drinks, ate some barbecue, just had a genuinely good time down there. So huge thanks to Mark for his craftsmanship on this. Now, one thing Mark did say is that he has got a lot of his older stuff out there. He's not exactly looking for 100 of these Henrys to show up at his shop. That's not really what he's geared up for. This was just a special project, and what we're trying to do is influence the industry backwards. So let's make Henry not like me very much. Y'all send them emails. Tell them you want a Pat Carbine. I think that'd be some freaking cool stuff. But all right, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up. Also, check out the links that I've got in my link tree down below. You go click on those links. They're all vetted companies. When you buy your gear, it costs you literally nothing to support the channel. I catch a small kickback, and it helps buy ammo and gasoline and all of the expendables that the channel uses. I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you next video. I love you.